Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I hope you are having a great week so far. So the quick topic I want to chat to you tonight, I thought maybe I'll give you some tips. Over the years for me, having to eat similar food every day for a prolonged period of time, I found that not adding too many different spices or sauces specifically, they don't really get me through in the long run. And the added calories I could do without, and all the added things usually in sugars and stuff that I would rather do without. So I'm maybe list a couple of things that help me just kind of stick to the plan, if I can say that. So I'm gonna shoot right in with number one being, of course, having fresh food available. Of course, this is not something that is always within your control. Sometimes you have to buy frozen, no problem. I also eat frozen from time to time. I have to eat frozen chicken, of course, if you don't buy the shop type, which is normally, not frozen. So essentially I understand, but buying fresh food has helped me when I'm cooking them. The taste is just different. I think most would agree. And of course, if you add other things, you could make the food delicious regardless. But if you're eating food and you're only adding salt and pepper in most cases, maybe a splash or two of Tabasco, then it really, I must say the Tabasco really gets me far on frozen food. Number two would be giving yourself small rewards throughout your journey. Almost think of it as checkpoints. Reaching certain goals gives you a certain type of reward. If you've dieted the week, and you don't have to do anything bad. I mean, I once introduced an athlete to something that I like to do which is a little bit of peanut butter, cinnamon, with egg whites, kind of mixed. You cook the egg whites, you add a little bit of peanut butter, sweetener, and cinnamon, and you kind of eat that, and it is delicious. And if you've dieted a while, you're like, wow. So it is very nice. But yeah, that's something I think I could recommend in small amounts. Again, of course, if you're dieting, yeah, I think that's something to consider. Number three, when you are actually when you're finished with your diet and you have to go kind of in your off season, consider that you have to put on enough muscle. Don't go into the off seasons always thinking I need to have abs, always need to be in great shape. Depends on, of course, how serious of an athlete you are, how really badly you want to work on your weak points and improve those. If you look way back when all the top guys were always kind of off seasons, and the people would complain they blow up a lot, but they knew, of course, they had to eat a lot of calories to make sure that they're gaining muscle and recovering with the intense training. So that's something to consider. I know a lot of guys don't want to go into off seasons, and I'm not saying go into bad off-season shape. It's good to stay in a certain level, of course, especially if you have shows coming up. But if you have a year or two that you're going to be off, don't be too strict, because that calorie deficit is where we might need a little bit for growth. Just something to consider, I guess. So those are three tips I want to give you guys just to keep in mind when thinking about longevity, your diet, and the journey. Have a great night, guys. See you tomorrow.